Good afternoon. It's good to see you all here. Please introduce yourselves in the chat. And we're really excited today to share a little bit about the Black Disruptor Accelerated Data Bootcamp. We're excited to see about 24 of you here. Hopefully, as we kind of go through the session, you would be inspired by the work that we do, and you would also want to apply and get involved. In the meantime, please make the chat feel noisy, introduce yourselves, tell us about an interesting fact about you, what role you currently are in, and also why you want to pivot into data analytics. We're super excited today to kind of host this. So before we get started, and before I introduce myself and before we introduce the team, I just want to give a shout out to the Department for Education, who are the funders for this bootcamp, and they've come through hosts the House of Skills and Technology over in Salford, Manchester. So these are the people who are pioneering these bootcamps. So we're just going to introduce ourselves, introduce the bootcamp, and also give you a bit more details about the bootcamp. So the Black Disruptor Bootcamp is a part of various bootcamps that we run here at Neo Enterprise. This bootcamp specifically is for Black women who are interested in data analytics and tech project management. It's a 16-week intensive course that's built to empower Black women, where you can learn skills that will upskill you and enable you to improve your career and business prospects. This bootcamp is fully funded, and it will provide you with the skills to be able to enter into the data analytics field. It's brought to you by Neo Enterprise, which is my organization, and Skill City. So let me tell you a little bit more about us. So Neo Enterprise was set up in 2018. We are on a mission to break the vicious cycle of poverty for Black women using tech to economically empower them. We're made up of two organizations. We're made up of Neo Network, which is an organization that essentially uses tech boot camps to upskill Black women. We're also made up of Neo Hair and Beauty, which is an organization that economically empowers hair and beauty stylists through hair and beauty academies, as well as selling products and services that innovate the way we care for our hair. Now, you might have heard about some of the boot camps that we've run in the past. We've run boot camps like the Black Coder Boot Camp, which is the boot camp that specifically gets Black women to become software engineers. We've been able to train 50 Black women to get into tech and to become software engineers and work in companies like KPMG, UBS, London Stock Exchange, and many more. And from the Black Coder Bootcamp, we were able to create even more bootcamps. So we've done the Black Disruptor XR Bootcamp, which is for Black women who want to get into VR and AR. Personally, without any bias, that's probably one of my favorite boot camps. And now we have the Black Disruptor Data Analytics and Project Management Bootcamp. We have many more boot camps that we're rolling out in the meantime. But we're super excited to be here today and to hear more about some of the questions that you may have about the bootcamp and so on and so forth. So I just want to introduce Skill City. So if you apply for the bootcamp, you'll be hearing a lot from us and also hearing a lot from Skill City. So Skill City is based at Host, which is the home of skills and technology at Media City, UK. They were established and leading the Digital City region. Skill City, as part of Host, comprises of leading digital technologies skills boot camps. So they essentially have dynamic and innovative boot camps that they also run. So we're super excited to partner up with Skill City to be able to bring you this boot camp. So who are the team behind all of this? We like to call ourselves the team of working hard, being intentional about our work, and also playing hard. So we're very serious about making sure that you are able to get into tech, but also we want to make this a safe environment. But that does not mean that just because it's a safe environment that we don't take our work seriously. So my name is Oyin, and I am the founder and CEO of Neo Enterprise. And the people in the organization like to call me the chief of work hard and play. So I'm going to hand over to Laulu so she can introduce herself.
So I am Laulu, I hope you can hear me. I'm Laulu and I'm currently the head of operations here. I put myself down as the vlog babe because I do like a bit of cheeky content creation here and there. But it's great to see you all on this chat, and we would definitely, should you get onto the bootcamp, definitely become more acquainted with each other. Benna, do you want to take it over from here?
Hi everyone, so my name's Benna. I'm the Student Engagement Project Controller, and I've been tagged as the Queen of Encouragement because I'm there to encourage you along the journey, let you know that anything is possible, and I'm here to support you throughout. So yeah, I'll be your go-to if you have any problems. Yeah, that's me. Over to John.
Hi everyone, my name is John Adeon. I am one of the project controllers together with Benna on this project. Like you see, I'm a football fanatic. Yeah, I'm still looking for the drug that will take me off football. Yeah, so I'm sure it's going to be an exciting journey. We look forward to having you on this bootcamp. Dami.
Hi everyone, I'm Dami. I'm the Employer Partnerships Exec. So I basically work with employers to find out exactly what skills they want you to need, and kind of in the background. You won't probably see me so much at the forefront, but I'll interact with you here and there. I'm titled the comedian. You know, some would say I'm more the class clown, but we'll have that debate another day.
So why apply for the Black Disruptor Accelerator Bootcamp, specifically for data analysts? The skills that we will teach you on this bootcamp will qualify you to work as a business analyst, a junior data analyst, tech project analyst, and lots of project management roles. So these are the kind of skills that you can gain on the bootcamp. You do not need any tech experience to start on the bootcamp. We just want to be able to see that you have the attitude, and you also have the intuition to be able to understand how data works. Now, one of the reasons why we decided to start this bootcamp was we all understand the implications of big data and how there's a lack of representation in the data space. And so we wanted to do something about it, and we want to be able to train people to be able to do something about it. The course is fully remote, so you'll be doing it at the comfort of your own home. And it's going to be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You also have access to a community of experts that will help you in your tech journey. And also, our training is developed by highly skilled facilitators within the industry experience. So we have some of our tutors here with us today. We're going to introduce them later on, but we have the likes of PwC, KPMG, also supporting us through the bootcamp. The course content is aligned also with industry-specific roles to increase your career's prospects. So it's, the content itself has been developed with experts who have been tutors and also who have also taught at university level too. And also, we support you to, this bootcamp, the real main outcome of the bootcamp is for you to secure employment after the bootcamp. So we're not looking for people who just want to learn. We're actually looking for people who want to get a job at the end of this bootcamp. So if you want to become a data analyst, it's for you. However, if you want to learn, we can signpost you to places that you can learn only. So we are measured by the outcomes of you getting employment. So if you don't get a job, we're not satisfied. And if you don't get a job, we're not able to actually measure the success of the bootcamp. So this is for you if you want to get a role in data analytics.
So, we're saying a lot of things today, aren't we? So I was going to mention a few things about the bootcamp requirements and being able to really engage with us, because for us, it's not just a learning experience. As Oyin has already mentioned, this is a fast track to a career in tech, in a tech role. So some of our requirements for being on the bootcamp is that you be ready to start a career in tech, being fast-tracked with our employer partners. So Oyin has mentioned, and Dami has mentioned that we do have companies that we work with to make sure that you do get yourself into a role after the bootcamp within 3 months of finishing. So we're going to be working very hard behind the scenes, trying to get you into favorable positions with employers in tech roles, specifically in data. But even just beyond that, because the bootcamp also will be teaching you about project management. So you would have opportunity to project manage in tech companies, tech industry as well. And we're also looking for those of you who are committed to your learning. And we do like to say that you would need an additional 10 hours of study outside of class time. And this is really important because you would only have 3 evenings a week where you would have that class time. But in order to become confident with the skills that you're learning, you're going to have to take that time out yourselves and do that extra study. And because it's a short course, it's only 16 weeks, we know that this is a short-term sacrifice that would benefit you long-term. We also ask that you complete all enrollment processes and forms related to your learning on time. And we don't want to have to chase you for information for your enrollment packs and your starter packs and the information that we request for. And this is really important because, as you mentioned, we do have outcomes to fulfill. We want to prove that it works to get you in a 16-week boot camp, teach you a skill, and get you into employment where you would be earning higher income or just getting into better roles. We are ready to collaborate with you, and we want you to be willing to collaborate with our employer partners as well. So some of them do have quite stringent recruitment processes. So being ready for things like CV and being ready for maybe background checks, especially if you're working in if you'll be working in banks or fintech, really, really important. So be open to those opportunities and also be open to the processes that come with those opportunities. We also bang on about communication because we know that Black women, sometimes we're not speaking up about the challenges that we have on the bootcamp. And as Benna and John have mentioned, they are there and we are all here to help you out, to push you in the direction of your success in whatever way that looks. And so we ask that you communicate with us and even just update us as far as how you're feeling about your learning experience, any challenges that you're having on the bootcamp. And we also ask that you're committed to the 3-month process after the post bootcamp, because we know that the bootcamp would be an intense bootcamp and then all of a sudden you're left with these skills. So now we want to be able to support you with CV preparation, job preparation, interview preparation, all the types of roles that you'll be going in for. And we do say that we provide support up to 3 months after the boot camp. So that would also look like having check-ins with us, really just to let us know how your progress is going. And that way you would feel supported, because this isn't just about outcomes, but this is about you getting into the role that is best suited for you. So if you have not already applied, we know it's a mixed bag of people here, we definitely recommend that you go ahead and head over to neonetwork.com/data bootcamp, fill in your information, and we would also talk to you a bit about the application process. Over to you, John.
The next slide. Hello. Okay, so as part of the application process, there's an assessment that applicants would have to take. And the assessment just basically checks your level of knowledge with working with data. It's nothing, it's no big deal. Lauli, if you could go to the next slide. Okay, so this is what the test looks like, the working with data part. And we're just going to run through 4 questions so that you could feel very comfortable working with it. Like Oyin said at the start, you need no experience at all to come onto the data bootcamp. You just need to be willing and to be ready to work for it. So the first question you might say, because the questions will differ from person to person. This is one of the questions, and it basically says you're imputing data onto a dashboard, onto a database, but the customer did not want to provide their date of birth. So what this checks is, what would you do when you're working with data? And if you look at all the answers, all the suggested answers, impute today's state, nobody will do that. Enter zero value probably, estimate their age, and approximate the date of birth. You will not do that. Leave the input blank. Now, some people might say leave the input blank, but that's not the right answer, because if you're working with data, there has to be some form of input into all the cells. So B will be the right answer. So if you look at this, it's just basic things that you will normally do. That's what the assessment is trying to check. Loudly, if you go to the next one. So let's look at another question that you might see on the assessment. What's the best format? We all know this. I'm sure if I ask you, you would say the third one, 1, 2, 3, 4. You would say the fourth one, and that's correct. That's the best answer for this particular question. You would see that it's no big deal, because we notice that a lot of the applicants have not gone to take the test, and we want to encourage you that you should, if you've not taken the test, you should take it today. It's no big deal at all. If you go to the next one, loudly, please. Now, this might be tricky, but it's, if you just calm down and you look at this very carefully, you would see that it's a straightforward question. So a store is holding a sale where everything has been reduced by 60%. That means you're basically paying 40%. And the sale price of that sofa is $240. And you're paying 40%. That means the original price will be 240 divided by, it will be 240 divided by 0.4. So if you look at the first answer, that's it. And everyone will know this. It's just that when you're taking the test, you need to calm down. Okay, the other thing I need to mention too is when you're taking the test, make sure you're in a place where you could concentrate. Noise might distract you. Distractions will affect your judgment. So please just make sure you are in a place that's quiet where you can concentrate. And then let's go to the last one. The last one is important. Okay, so this will look tricky, but once you read through the question and you look at the table, everyone will just figure out what the answer is. So you're carrying out this is okay. Let me not go through the question. This is the table, and the question basically wants you to look at what's really wrong with this table. In everything, whether you're working on Excel or any form of data, you know that consistency is key. So you look at all the columns and you look at the sale price. You would see that there is a bit of inconsistency with the units. And that's basically what the question is looking out for. What's not consistent with this thing? And the sale price is the column that's not consistent. So basically, when you're working with big data, you just need to adjust that column so that everything is consistent before you go ahead. So for this question, B will be, the second one will be the answer. And that's basically how all the questions go. So I want to encourage you, make sure you calm down and you take the test today. So that's it from me, Laura.
I love that. And I think that something we definitely advise in our emails is for you to make sure that you keep time. If I just go back to the slides very quickly. The test is a 30-minute test. So as John mentioned, you will need that level of concentration and you'll be tested on specific areas. You may have already been getting reminders from Benna, and some of you may have been speaking to her already. So it's really important that if you are having any challenges,
so it's got the
test, that you can send
seats. Hold on. This is a mobile number. Would I be able to send? Are you on? Is this an iPhone that I can send the picture to?
Sorry, can I just ask?
Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, hold on. What's your name?
Sorry. Okay, thank you. Also, I just wanted Benna to speak a bit about that interview process as well, because it's not scary, but she's definitely the person to speak about that.
Hi guys. So the interview process is not scary at all. It's literally just us trying to get to know you, to see if you're the right fit, and see if you align with the outcomes at the end, whether you're looking for a career change, whether you're looking to upgrade your salary. So yeah, it's literally just a couple of questions about you, getting to know you, why you're interested in the course, and what made you want to apply for the course, and yeah, just getting to know you.
I'd also like to mention, if you do have any questions, make sure you're dropping them in the chat, so because we will have time at the end to answer any of your queries or questions or anything about this. Also, when it comes to after the interview, you would receive an offer based on how your interview and your test go, and then you would start getting information about when the bootcamp starts and all the other smaller details about enrollment. So please do keep an eye out on your emails, because sometimes we do get issues with emails going into junk and things like that. So if you know that you've applied already and you're not hearing things, or you're not having regular communications, please double check your junk, or again, you can email us at data@nearenterprise.com. Okay, so we have some really, really amazing tutors on board who are going to be teaching you and preparing you for the industry. So I'm going to hand over to you, Karen.
Sure. So hi everyone, and just to echo what Oyen has said, I'm really, really excited for everyone to be part of this bootcamp or in the application process of doing it. I personally am Karen. I'm a senior analyst working at PwC. I work within the data and insight analytics space, and I've been doing that for the last 3.5 to 4 years. And data analytics is, as you probably know, is a booming career. It's a career where you're able to work in different sectors, and you're able to apply your skill set to loads of different areas. So as part of the course, essentially, we'll be focusing on a range of skills that you need as a data analyst. We'll start off with doing some statistics, looking at Excel and using spreadsheets to really understand how we look at data and then how we interpret that data. And then we also are going to go into looking at project management and sort of understanding how data is able to essentially find solutions to different projects and different problems that companies face. We'll also look to go into sort of data visualization, and we'll use tools such as Tableau, which is one of the leading data visualization tools and skills that you need as a data analyst or data scientist. And then we'll also go into some code, so we'll use Python. And in the field of data and analytics, the coding languages that you need to essentially know are probably Python first, and then you have the secondary languages like SQL and R, but we would focus on Python in this course. So yeah, I'll hand over to Rukia, but it's just to echo what everything is said, is I think you should apply. It's an amazing career. I've been in it now for 4 years and really do love it, and no day is the same. Rukia, if you want to say a few.
Hi, nice to meet you all. My name is Rukia. I'm a data analyst. Also, what I do is to find out insights from data. So it's like turning raw numbers into words. And that is where the beauty of data analysis comes in. You have raw numbers whereby a layman cannot translate what those numbers means. While the data analysts are able to transform those numbers to words that they can understand. So that is the beauty of data analysis. And I will encourage you to enroll to make sure that you are offered the letter. It's going to be interesting. Yeah? Just where you can solve solution with 3 lines of code in Python and get some interesting.
So as mentioned, you'll be looking at a range of different skills in data, but also have modules on project management because when you're working with data, not being able to project manage is going to become very tricky. You'll also be given the opportunity to produce 4 projects during the process of the boot camp, and that would offer you, that would also be an opportunity to create a profile or a portfolio of the sort of work that you've been doing to show employers and also to demonstrate your skills. So as a part of the bootcamp, we also offer empowerment days, and we call them empowerment on purpose. And these would take place on the last Friday of every month. It would be a range of opportunities, either hearing from industry professionals and mentors on the bootcamp who have experience, hearing from people like Rukaya and Karen, hearing from our business coach, Daniela Genus. She likes to do a Vision 20 session, which would just almost set the stage for why you're doing the bootcamp. So you'll be looking at ideating and things about where you want to be in the next 3 years and how you can make those moves and be intentional about your progress on the bootcamp. And then there are also opportunities where we have socials, either virtually or physically. It would be virtual for this bootcamp. And it's an all-round great opportunity to develop yourself, because we don't just want this to be a learning curve, but also an opportunity where you're developing, where you're experiencing personal development as well. Oyin, I don't know if you have anything else to add.
Yes, absolutely. So I think the empowerment days are super fun, and actually you can actually sign up to some of our empowerment days that we already have for the existing boot camps. We actually have a games night this weekend, specifically for our XR boot camp. So you can get involved just to see the taster of actually some of the empowerment days that we have. This is open to anyone and everybody. Additionally, from the empowerment days, we understand that this is an intense course, so you will be, we would be kind of supporting you. You get in some counseling sessions with our partner counselors, which are frontline therapists, and you'll be able to kind of get some support in that area too. So pretty much that's kind of all of the stuff. Now, one thing that wasn't mentioned is that those 4 projects that you will be doing, you will be assessed on it. And actually at the end of the bootcamp, you will be given, or during the bootcamp, you would be given access to a Google IT certificate to certify yourself, to be able to kind of have the extra certification be, on your plate. Now, some of you may not want to go into full-time employment. As we mentioned before, we're not looking for people who want to learn about data analytics. We're looking for people who want to become data analysts. They're 2 different things. It's not just about learning a skill, but also it's about getting into the industry. So we know that some of you may not feel confident to take that plunge to go into the industry after and between the 16 weeks and the 3 months after. So we're offering apprenticeship options as well afterwards. More details about that will come out in the meantime, but something for you to just bear in mind as you enroll for the courses, that we will let you know upfront those kind of when your classes are, when your career sessions are, and you would know, and we would kind of, from the Vision 20 document that Daniela would take us through in the first empowerment day, we're going to map out your career, and we would use that document to be able to actually see how we can best match you with some of our partner employers. One thing that was mentioned as well earlier on was about that be expected to go through some security clearances with some of the employers, depending on what your goals are. And we will support you, we'll hold your hands towards how towards that journey, and because that process can be a bit different if you've never experienced it before. So yeah, we're really, really excited. And we're not just excited for you to learn, we're excited for you to get into the industry and fast track your way through. So if you have any questions, please do put them in the chat, and we're willing to, we've got everyone here to answer the questions. Also, you can unmute your mics as well if you want, whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Hi, thank you so much for the presentation. It was awesome. I just wanted to ask,
Any questions whatsoever? Any
Sorry.
questions about the course? I can see Naya has unmuted herself.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I was talking to myself. So I just had a question. Are you, so with yourselves, are you only able to, so if I wanted to do more than one course, would that be possible? Would I just have to do one at a time?
So yeah, so because this is under the Department for Education, once you've done one course, unfortunately, you would not be able to do another type of course. We are also doing our front-end Black Coder course as well, because this is all about you getting into a specific part of the tech industry. You're only able to do one course. However, we do have partners with Google. We have a partnership with Google, for example, that you can get free access to a Google course to be an IT. Like there's different type of courses, and we'll be sharing that with yourselves anyway in the next few days. And that doesn't include any obligations to be wanting to get into a career. So yeah, we do kind of roll out and support you in like some of extra resources and free courses that you can get involved in. But because it's not necessarily a free course, it's a fully funded course. And what that basically means is, every student here is basically being paid for. Your space is being paid for by somebody. So we don't like to treat it like it's a free course. It's a fully funded course. Yeah.
Actually, that was very good to know, because I was thinking about the Black Disruptor course, but I haven't seen it. I did apply for it, but I haven't seen it offered yet. So I'll wait for that one to come around then. Because if you've got to choose one or the other, I'd rather do the one for the entrepreneurs.
Okay. Oh yeah, are you from Birmingham, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is for just Manchester, for people based in Manchester. So that wasn't probably clear. Yeah. So this specific, we're going to be rolling this specific course in Birmingham pretty soon. Just keep an eye out. But this is specifically this application process. We're focusing on people based in Manchester, which is in Greater Manchester, Northwest, essentially.
Okay.
Now, we are going to be rolling this out in what's it called, in Birmingham pretty soon. Just keep an eye out. Is
that the one for the entrepreneurs? Is that one already gone?
Yeah, so the entrepreneurs one, we're going to be rolling about 6 other boot camps. So the Black Coder course, which is currently open. The application is currently open. That we're looking to start in October. Then we've also got this course, which is data analytics. We've also got a machine learning one. We've got an entrepreneurs one. We've also got a UX UI. We've got various different courses coming up, but nothing yet publicized aside from the Black Coder Bootcamp. Yeah.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thanks for letting us know that, because I didn't know that you're only limited to one course. I think that's good to know, actually, so you can pick the one that you really want to do first. Exactly.
With the entrepreneurs course, the details of that we don't know completely yet. However, the outcomes, I guess, the kind of outcome after that bootcamp is for you to be able to showcase that you built a profitable business. But we have so much support for you. For example, I'm now a scout for venture capitalists. So basically to be able to get you investment if that's what you need to be able to launch your business. So really excited about that course as well.
That will be mentioned when that course comes about then. Because I've already set my company up, because I needed to do that as part of my university's program. But I'm at the very, very beginning of my journey, where I had an idea, I hadn't pushed it much further than that. So I don't think I'll be ready to even test the idea till very close to next June. So right now, it's just really a question of just updating my research, because I did the research about 1.5 years ago. So update that, start doing user scenarios, and then after that start looking around for people who can tell me if what I want to do is actually feasible before I look at even doing a MVP. So I couldn't be at a more early stage, I suppose.
Yeah, so the entrepreneurs course is for people like you, to be honest, for people who are very early stage, who have ideas, have dreams, but
That's great.
probably don't know how to kind of go about it. So yeah, that's we've got the curriculum and course content sorted for that. We just need to wait till we get the funding, essentially. So yeah.
Okay, I'll keep my eye open for that then. Thanks for that.
Just to Thelma, you asked about when the bootcamp is starting, and if you're unable to apply and join this cohort, when would the next earliest opportunity be? Can you answer that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So this bootcamp, this one specifically starts on the 13th of September, which is just weeks away, which is really, really exciting. We are, yeah, that's going to be starting on the 13th of September, and I believe that ends in January. The next one for Manchester people is November. So the same course, again, we have another entry in November. But now that you're here, it's just best to apply now. And we also got the Black Code of Front-End Bootcamp starting as well in November. So that's pretty much it. This is just for people based in the Northwest. So when I'm talking Manchester, I mean Manchester and Greater Manchester and Blackburn, all the people in the Northwest. Now, for the if any West Midlands people here, we have the Black Coded Bootcamp full stack currently open for applications. We're going to close it pretty soon. We're nearly at the stage that we can close it. So if you're from the West Midlands and you're interested in becoming a software engineer, that's the bootcamp for you. We have various other bootcamps that we'll be rolling out. Just keep an eye out because we are coming quite big about our big rollout with that. So keep an eye out for that. Someone asked when will we be doing London courses. I feel like we always have the London people come through to our space. It's really good to see that. We just have not had the dream would be to be able to have these boot camps nationally without location restrictions. So we are working very hard to look at how we can do that, and we can actually push it nationally. So keep an eye out. So if you're already subscribed to our mailing list, keep an eye out as we kind of work towards that. But for now, unfortunately, we don't have any London courses. However, we have partners that we partner with who are based in London, so like the likes of Coding Black Females. They do a lot of tech courses. They work with us on the Black Coder Bootcamp. So yeah, absolutely. So when do we find out if we're successful, and have you gotten on the course? I've just had my interview earlier this week. So you will find out within the next week if you've been successful. So you just keep an eye out for an email reach. Fatima, if you're open to relocation, can you apply? Basically, and also, obviously this is unfortunate as well. Relocation is really, really cool, but we would need you to confirm that you with an address, and also to show that you're actually going to be at that address, because we just need to be able to prove that. So if you can prove that, we're absolutely open to that. Because it's also a virtual course as well, we just need to prove that you are willing to relocate. In terms of the roles and being on the job, do you find that there is a lot of flexibility in terms of things like being able to work from home? So there are various types of roles. A lot of roles right now in the tech space are still very much working from home. I'm sure Karen can speak more about this actually from a PwC stance. But right now there is a lot of flexibility. However, there are some companies like Citibank, for example, that will require you to maybe relocate. So you have to be open for relocation. Some of our clients, which who do a lot of high security stuff, they are mostly located in the likes of Greater Manchester in the Northwest, and also in Cheltenham. So they will require for you to work on site because of the nature of the work. So it just depends on the path that you want to take. Okay.
If there are no further questions, I'm happy for you guys to email us at data@neoenterprise.com. So hopefully you've received a good broad idea of what the bootcamp offers and the sort of things that you can do with data, and also how your experience will be on the 16-week bootcamp. As mentioned, the deadline is the 13th of deadline is not the 13th of September. The bootcamp does begin on the 13th of September. So if you have not applied, this is your opportunity to literally get in before we close the bootcamp applications. For those of you getting interviewed, for those of you who have started your test, make sure you complete that as soon as possible so you can get on to the next stage. And we honestly look forward to seeing more of you. We are building a Black Disruptor ecosystem. So that's not just people in data or project management, that's going to be founders for tech ideas, that's going to be cybersecurity, AI, and you'll all be in like one tech ecosystem of a place. So it's going to be really cool for you all to be able to network with other Black women who are in the tech industry, may not necessarily do the same sort of job as you, but just if you're interested in being connected to women working in the tech space, then you're definitely on the right path. Very, very exciting.
I just wanted to say one last thing. That was super, super exciting. And it just made me think, oh my gosh, you know, how exciting. It all started off just from an event, and now we're here. But one of the last thing I wanted to actually mention is that I think someone just added me on LinkedIn and just asked for a project management only bootcamp. We don't have a project management only bootcamp. However, please be aware that this bootcamp is both for data analysts and project managers. But the thing is, the beauty of it is that you'll be able to manage data. Every single person that works at Neo, that works in project, knows that they have to deal with data every single day. Data is becoming super, super important. So even if you want to become a project manager, a project analyst, it's going to be important for you to be able to deal with data. I remember when I was a project controller at Rolls-Royce, I had to deal with data every single day. So this is why we've decided to kind of merge the two, because they're super important and they're super reliant on each other. So don't worry if you want to go down the project management route. Please know that this is a benefit for you to have data skills behind you, because they will just make you stand out from your peers.
Okay, so we are going to close this session now. We hope this was a good time for you to hop on during your lunchtime and that you continue to have a great day. If you do have time to do the application process and the test now, you're welcome to stay on and get a bit of support from John and Benna. However, we're going to say, have a great day and enjoy your long weekend. And take care of yourselves. Hopefully see you on the bootcamp.